What is up, comrades, and welcome back to Doki Doki Afterimage. Now, in the last episode, Sayori's spooky ghost came and visited me, and shit happened. I'll just say that much. Go back and watch the first episode if you missed it. But here we are in Act 2. Well, with all that being said, let's just jump right back into it.
Stalin?
She waves her hand before me. I'm pulled back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. The sun is revealing itself behind the cyan sky. We sit on the bench along the street, watching the bustling students crowding towards the school gate. Looks like we somehow wandered to our high school.
Is everything okay? You're spacing out again.
Yeah, I'm fine.
I want to take a look inside.
She leans back against the bench. Under the bright morning lights, her smiling cheeks seem so insignificant. Sunlight penetrates her ghost outline, making it more and more invisible. I can't almost figure out those details inside the mist, like the dew retreating to the blue sky. Her body is disappearing into the noisy lights. Sayori! I cry out loud subconsciously. I feel gazes nailing onto me.
Huh?
I'm losing you!
What are you talking about? I'm here, dummy.
The curve of her lip is looming in the thin air.
You won't be able to leave me hanging this time. I'll stick to you, wherever you go.
A fortunate cold sweat slips down my forehead. I could look for my old uniform, if...
What about mine?
It's okay, I have... That's a bad joke.
Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. But don't you have courses to attend?
It's nothing. None of them matters.
Okay. So, what's next? We head back?
No. We have breakfast. I stand up and walk forward the moment I finish my sentence. Why was that so hard to read?
Hey, wait for me! What's with the speed?
It's a surprise.
What?
She trots to the front of me, walking backwards. Suddenly, a stranger passes through her, disturbing her figure to a mess. Hey! The fog reforms after the stranger leaves. Watch yourself.
What is it?
It won't be a surprise if I tell you.
Please?
She runs around me in pure curiosity. Do you feel anything when others run through you?
Don't change the subject.
Oh, and here we are. We walk on the sidewalk for a while before we reach the bakery. A lady is tidying up the mess of the rushing hour. Morning, miss. I would like 4 cinnamon buns.
Wow!
Sayori jumps all around the counters, eventually ending up staring at those decent pastries. I make my way to the checkout as her typical exaggerating voice echoes in the background. I can hear her wolfing down the food anxiously and those rusty wheels of the school gate grinding against the concrete. We are fired off like an arrow leaving its bow, pointing straight into the school building, with our plastic bags flying behind us.
Hurry, just eat it!
Sayori is radiating her excitement from all over her body. Her happiness passes across the end of her hair to reach my palms, then drips all the way down onto those steaming buns. A little nervous, I pay the cashier. When the cashier walks away, I ask Sayori in a low voice. She really couldn't hear you?
I wonder if Natsuki and Yuri can.
I'm not so sure about Yuri, but Natsuki? She's probably gonna pass out.
Nah, Nada's not that timid.
I wolfed down the 4 of them in one go. Sayori looks at me, satisfied. Good?
You bet.
I laugh. Fancy anything else?
Can you handle?
It won't hurt to just bring them back.
In that case, I want this and this. This one seems good. Oh, I almost forgot the cookies.
I just made myself another bad decision. Hey, Sayori, even when she's dead and a ghost, she's still my food vacuum waifu. Okay, that's enough. My fridge's not gonna hold it.
I just don't see you like this very often.
She looks at me, or rather, the 2 big shopping bags in my hands. I can only make up some compromising face. But these pastries are steaming heartily. I guess I will trade anything in the world as long as she's happy. Who? I can't hold it. Let's take the bus. I'll lean against the wall to catch my breath.
No, you should take more exercise.
That's easy for you to say. Don't forget who I'm buying this for.
Alright. Won't be that far since we had already walked this long, right?
I take out my phone to check the map. It shows 13.3 kilometers on the GPS.
We walked that far?
Given this, I refuse to walk a single step. I drag Sayori to the nearest bus stop. And we wait. Unbelievably, again I try to look at the sign. Line to line, up and down, but still fail to find my answer. Looks like we have to walk. I lift up the 2 bags, stepping forward reluctantly. Hey, MC, get off your fat ass and start walking. I dig in my closet, all the down until I finally find my outfit from the past. How do I look? I slightly adjust my tie, then turn to Sayori.
You look like someone who's about to be late for his club.
Really? I look at myself in the mirror. My collar is rather wrinkled, leaning against my neck. The edge of my sleeves have been worn out to its inner fabric, and those threads coming out from my sweater are seemingly telling the story of my lost time by my washed out tie and the tightened seam. Not so bad. At least they aren't falling apart. Once again, I neaten my collar a little and button up my blazer. There's something in my pocket. I fumble inside it and take out something utterly soft. It's a worn out note that I didn't take out before washing it, apparently. Oops. I made a mistake by tearing the note to half. The other parts stick to my inner pocket.
What is it?
Don't know. It's something I didn't take out while washing. I take off my blazer, turn my pocket over cautiously, and peel the note from it bit by bit. From the thickness of it, I could tell that someone folded this a couple of times carefully. There are some words on it, but they are divided by the crevice. I slowly put the pieces together, despite soaking up by the water and staying in my pocket for God knows how long. They're still somehow recognizable. I speak them out subconsciously while reading them. To Stalin.
It's Natsuki's writing.
Sayori preempts me before I say it. Indeed, those blunt angles and specific strokes are all indicating Natsuki's style. I open both parts of the knot up synchronously. Synchronously? I know what it's trying to say, but I just can't say it out loud, man. What is up with the fucking Yuri language, man? Not even Yuri would fucking talk like this all the time, man. It's like, for fuck's sake. I hate it when mod authors, mod makers, find it, it's necessary to whip out a fucking thesaurus whenever they have to type a line of code in. Type a fucking line of dialogue. Okay, let me find the most complicated word imaginable that no one has used in the last 50 years and put it in here. That'll show how smart I am. For fuck's sake, it makes it a pain in the ass to actually try and read this shit. Synchronously. I'm assuming that's how I say that. To avoid mismatched lines. I could at least come up with 3 possible time points. I see Natsuki walk inside my classroom quietly. Approaching my seat, take one last look at this very paper. Then slide it into my pocket.
D. Stalin wrote Yuri. Said she wants to favor. So, W. Fo. Han. You. Rough weeks. I know what Ost. Irreplaceable one. None. Her. Anyway, Mo. Sai. Why. Now. T about it. About. Why. Gone wrong. I'm probably the off that day, but that doesn't remember it? Maybe. Answer. Just wouldn't Don't feel like it. We made
Hold
up. Bruh. Guard. And only imagine won't bother her. For her eyes. So I'll beat the shit out of you. Heck. Us of Sayori. She really got every day now. Either taken could their words. Well, they were all talk. He deserved. So you about that. Forcing you, but the literature club? Time. Without you. Manga home again. Fine. Furring. Oh great. Do Y-T. You'll be telling you. Stalin, don't. At some point in the future, noticing it, look for it. I believe you've of cliche come. Sayori had brought you. And get out of L. The gone. But also L. N. Only up at happiest moment becoming of course it's such a if it's something that will take you time surely Sayori but not told me oh my gosh how long does this go on for me did bring numerous changes to us about you planning to transfer specific it's highly possible that me gift about I really love the Sayori's cabinet. If you are even all I know you apologize. Alienation. I'm son responsible for Sayori. An end now. Occasional my towel. Wish you the best. Well, that's all. Over here. Back. Forget us, okay? Contact us when you get the time. Natsuki. Yuri. I'm assuming that the fancy writing was Yuri. Okay. Whatever, I read it all in Natsuki's voice. Bruh. The paper has been soaked and rubbed to a mess. I make my best effort to read those words, deciphering the original meanings from their fleeting figures. Even so, most of them just lost what they
disregard for within the lines and paragraphs permanently. I turned to the back of it. Indeed, there are 4 sets of numbers. I'm guessing it's their phone numbers and email addresses. Why there isn't Monika's, though? I've noticed that Sayori's not here. I look up to find her sitting by the window, with her eyes slightly closed. Is she sleeping? Yeah, we stayed up all night after all. Not to mention the long walk home. Boy, she's a ghost! Leaving her to it, I boot up my laptop, trying to insert one of the addresses into it. I look at the profile picture of this email. This isn't Natsuki's style at all. I remember her chatting with me online. It's impossible for a person like her to use this kind of image. Did I type the wrong number? I grab the note and take a second look at those ambiguous ones. Damn! A few more new accounts pop up after I change those uncertain numbers, but none of them feel like Natsuki. This is confusing. Won't be as much trouble if it gets confirmed at the beginning, but now I can't really decide which is which thanks to the choices. What if she changes? It's been 4 years. What if I send something sincere to a complete stranger? That would be extremely awkward. Didn't she give me her number before she visits my house? That's right. How could I forget something like that? So I open up my contact list, searching for her name. Recalling something backwards as I lift my thumb off the screen, leaving the list sliding down on its own. I didn't just throw my old cell phone away. I've also deleted all my past acquaintances. Bro, I don't even know why I had tough time reading that one, bro. I even knew that word. What a great job, Stalin. I just have to move on to Yuri's. What is this besides her phone number? I mean, I thought it would be her email address since Natsuki is writing her own, but this isn't an emails format. There are some words there, with strange blanks in between. Is this some sort of mailing address? Does she prefer this physical type of writing, though? Oh, she does prefer this physical type of writing, though. Maybe it is, but these words are too vague to tell. I can't get exact information from them. I push the chair backwards, then stand up to check Sayori. I sit next to her. Her right hand is gently placing on the balcony, seemingly faint under the sunlight. I put mine in hers, matching the outline. Thin fog crawls to the back of my hand like a shadow, gently licking my surging veins. A weird pulse starts to spread through my palm, making the blood in my flesh synchronize with something. I stare into her temporarily peaceful eyebrows. Storm was wiping the fuel over along with all the existing orders. Before the overwhelming leaves and grass returned to the ground, there was something sneaking in the rye. Dark machine arms dig into the moist earth from beyond the sky, turning all the straws over and carve the noise of gasoline into them. Metal wheels rapidly spin. The accuracy of math denies all compromising and flinching. Seeds. They are forced to stare at their mother's roots, and to watch them get shredded apart by the blades. Grab, pry, and tear, cramp, swell, and sting, along with sorrow, some reflection, then stoking, warmth. What the fuck am I reading? Numb smell, covered in weariness. Open up to see the night outside, and the black face on the ceiling. The emerald eyes spinning within. Bruh. Dude, seriously, what the fuck was that? I stare at her in silence.
Ah, you finished? How long? How long have I been sleeping?
Her voice is extremely hoarse, like sandpaper grinding concrete. The only surviving moisture is struggling inside her gravel siege. Not too long, like half an hour.
I take the mug by my hand, adjusting its angle until the curve of the ceramic completely blocks my view as the chilly liquid steams down my throat. Who talks like this? Seeing my throat going up and down, there's an odd understanding tying us together. The brush wipes the dust of chalk off the blackboard, and our voice gets back to limpid, temporarily. Did you get in touch with them? I was just about to talk with you about that. Letter is not so easy to read, but... I pause, touching the edge of my mug with my fingers. Could you tell me what happened? I look at her right into the eyes, as I am also looking right straight into your eyes, Sayori. Light blue turns deep cyan in the darkness. Among the surging river and the steep valley and howling fire in the forgotten woods, my thought is finally confirmed. She looks to the floor. We're all preparing for the upcoming conversation in this dreadful silence. In the end, she responds with a sound that is tiny enough to be a fiber detached from the news. Yet it expands to gargantua in my ears within a split second, just like the mountains rising and falling behind her back. It's... Monika. Dialogues from the past suddenly release, emerging in my brain. Monika was right. I should just... What did Monika do? I nail these words out letter by letter. The rest of the sentence gets loaded into my magazine one by one. She stops for a bit. Then all of her emotions burst out uncontrollably. Oh no, Sayori, no! You're going away! I don't know! Her tears strike my side along these 3 words. I don't know! No! She repeats these words like sleep talking as the mist from all over her body starts to fade. Millions of lines and curves shake along with it, sending her figure out the window into the mist. Sayori, calm down! I reach out, trying to comfort her. Unlike the previous one, I feel a thorn-like touch on her back this time. It felt like a bunch of thorns. Like a spear going through my heart. I look up along the hands that are holding the spear to find a pair of emerald eyes. She calms a little, no longer shaken as the details in her shadow become clear again. She was there. She was always there. Ever since you joined the club, she was on the ceiling of every sleepless night. She was at the corner of the empty classroom where I picked up the materials for the drawing posters. At the doorway. On the kitchen table. Inside my blanket. I couldn't figure out who was in the darkness at first, but it gets clearer and clearer. The voice said a lot of mean things to me. I continuously replay the tip of the iceberg she described to me in her bedroom that day. I don't know. I think I'm crazy. I'm seeing things. That wasn't Monika speaking. I tried denying it. But there was something else. A third voice inside my head. I welcomed Monika's visit. I agreed with everything she said without hesitation. It took over my body, drove me away. I couldn't do nothing but watching it, discussing me with Monika, to comment me, to reconstruct me. It had actually always been like this. I'm learning to live with it. Although it was mean, it won't listen. Always thought about taking control over everything. But I promised myself to get along with it, and we were making progress until...
Her voice becomes more and more unrecognizable as endless sorrow and tears fill her throat, making her unable to talk clearly. I remember that Friday. That was my first time discovering her unusual behavior. Then I told. I'll try to talk to her, so try not to think about it for now. I really want to know what did Monika say to her. But her streaming tears and hoarse sobbing is the best explanation. It's okay, it's okay. I'm here. I'm here. You're safe now. Nobody's going to take control of you anymore. You are safe. I squeeze her hands, trying to warm them. I reach out to hug her, even though her body feels more meaningless than the air. Still crying, she collapses to me. Unsurprisingly, goes through my body and lays onto the bed. Sayori?
Sorry.
She's not responding. Maybe it's because I can't make anything out from her sobbing. I can see her body trembling, her back shaking. She clutches her head with her hands, disturbing her hair to a mess. After a little while, when the crying has finally drained her last drop of energy, her sobbing sound becomes lower and lower. Her arms fall to the side, and her fingers stretch from the grip. I look at her destroyed figure, at what's remaining of her soul. I want to say something, yet I can't. My throat hurts. Hurts a lot. All of the air gets wiped out from my lungs. I can sense the blood being pumped in my head. Millions and millions of thoughts come across my mind, but I can't make out a single one of them. The only thing I see is her crying sound, echoing in my head, in my blood, echoing, echoing, echoing. We stay like this for a while. Then I slowly move away from her as I carry the weight of my heart, avoiding making too much disturbance to her shape. I crouch down to check on her. After confirming her sleep, I sneak out of my bedroom, gently close the door. Then I tighten up every last one of my muscles before I fire off from my house. I run to the nearest hardware shop in the neighborhood at the maximum speed before buying a 10-meter long climbing rope. It comforts my heart as the tip of the rope gets grilled to black by the fire. Lines and lines of plans are carved into solid concrete, then sink down to the bottom of the lake. I seize the rope in my hand, make my way home as fast as possible. Luckily, Sayori's still sleeping. I quickly pull my backpack over, clear my book out, and stuff the rope in it. I zip it up, let out a long sigh of relief before I collapse to the chair. I keep my fingers crossed, stare out the window quietly. The sky is fascinatingly blue. The remaining clouds all get pushed aside except only one soft jet cloud flying across the whole sky, pointing to the far side of the future beyond predictions. Layers of leaves fade from deep to light onto the top, melting into the moss within the walls. Hear the breath of tranquility. 1, 2, 3. I sit there all the afternoon, watching the shadow of the telegraph poles stretches as the remaining sunset illuminates the horizon to gold, until the sparkling stars reappear on the night's veil. Gentle breeze runs through struggling grass. Act 3, baby. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, hello. Bruh. But anyways, comrades, I feel like this is a great place to end right here. I feel like tomorrow we will continue Act 3. How about that? Anyways, comrades, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, hit that like button. And of course, subscribe and turn on that bell, for this is the one-stop shop for daily DDLC content. And as always, until next time, so long, comrades.
I need an anime girl that be fucking with me. A little badass bitch that gets down on her knees, screaming out senpai while she taking the D. Baby girl, I'ma have you yelling kimochi. I need an anime girl that be fucking with me. A little badass bitch that gets down on her knees, screaming out senpai while she taking the D. Baby girl, I'ma have you yelling kimochi.